All right, here is a request from my very special two students here, who I will not name. This one is called Cowboy Casanova. And I'm going to show you how to do it fairly easy, and I'm going to show you how to do it so you don't have to tune down. So what you're going to be doing is using all 6th string and 5th string power chords. Again, it doesn't matter whether you're using a 2-finger or a 3-finger power chord, just whatever's comfortable for you. So I'm going to be on the 5th fret of the 5th string making a power chord. I'm going to go from 5 to 8. And then I'm going to head up to the 6th string on 8 and go from 8 to 6. So I have 5, 8, 8, 6. Now again, you can varietize the strum a little bit if you want to, but that's the basic idea going. And then you hit the 5 and you can just stop on that or slide off. And then you stop. Then you're going to head back and do exactly the same thing again for the verse. But at the end of that, right before you go into the chorus, you're going to come off that section and go to 5, 8. So that 5 and 8 on the 6th string, we could call this the pre-chorus. Okay? So we're coming off the normal verse section. 5 to 8. Now we're going to go into the verse. Good time right there. We're going to be going from 5 to 7 to 8 on the 5th string like this. He's a good time. So I'm going from 5 to 7 to 8. And just bear with me, I'm going to show you a couple things. So 5, 7, 8, and then 6 and 5 on the 6th string. So I'm going like this. 1, 2, 3, because he's a good time. And 6, 5, and you start all over, but this time you don't jump in, you just go on the beat like this. 5, 7, 8, 6, 5. So the first time you jump in, you follow Carrie Underwood's voice, because he's a good time. The second time you just play the full measure. Now if you're capable of it, what I would do is instead of just playing a full 7 power chord, what I would do is think of it this way. You're going from 5 to 8, but then you're going to pull your index finger back to 7. It's called a slash chord. It's part one chord, part another chord. And so what we're doing here is we're going, this actually sounds better if you go 5, instead of just going to the full 7 and the full 8, you're actually going to 8 and then pushing your first finger back to 7. So if you can do that, I'd recommend you do that because it's going to sound a little bit more like the song. So that's the first time. Remember with the jump. And then 5, 7, 8. Again, if you can do that slash chord. And then 6, 5. Now the third time, you're going to go like this. The ending's different. You're going to go 5, 7, 8. But then you're going to head down to 3, 5, 6. Then. Okay, so then we're back on that same thing. So the verse is really, or excuse me, the chorus is really just 5, 7, 8, 6, 5, 5, 7, 8, 6, 5, and then the third time it's 5, 7, 8, but then you do your climb from 3 on the 6th string to 5 to 6 to 8. Okay, then we move into the second verse. The second verse is the same as the first verse, except there's one other part. They're coming off 5. Then you'll hear this thing right here. There's 2 other chords in there, and what that is F, 8th fret of the 5th string, down to the 6th fret, which is E flat of the 5th string. They're both 5th string power chords. Now, if it sounds a little bit not as heavy as you want it to be, what you can do is take that 8th fret of the 5th string and add the 6th string in as well on that chord. So if you can see that, what I'm doing is pressing on both the 6th and the 5th strings, so I get this sound. It makes it sound quite a bit heavier. Because again, normally this would be in a drop tuning, and we're not doing that right now. So I'm going, this is the second verse now, 5 to 8, 8 to 6. part is 8 on the 5th string, but I'm adding the 6th string in there. 5th string, 6th fret, but I'm adding the 6th string in, and that's all you add there. And then we go back to the chorus just like before. Okay, we got the pre-chorus, which is the 5. And then the chorus. All that stuff is exactly the same. And then we come out of that into this break where there's really nothing happening. There's all this kind of, volume swells and different things. And there's not much for you to do at that point. What you could do is just add maybe a palm mute of the 5th fret of the 5th string. Something like that. And then you will hear a 5th string power chord come in. And just kind of sit on that chord. And then she goes into the chorus again, the good time, but she sings it a cappella. There's nothing happening there, so we don't play those first 2 chords. She sings, he's a good time cowboy. And when we get there, we're going to come in on the 8th fret. So it's like we're just skipping 5 and 7. So, good time. Okay? And then at the very end of the song, you're going to end on 5. So hopefully that makes sense to you. A little bit quick, but it's got all the parts. If you need to, grab a paper and a pencil or something and just write those down as you go.